Hi everybody, welcome. Happy Sunday. Come on in and say hello. Join the group. Hi Shelly. Thanks for coming. Hey Dad. There we go. Alrighty. We're looking good. Come on in, say hello. Good to see everyone. Hi Linda. Hi Mom. Oh, hey Kathy, you're here. Yay. I can't wait to show this project tonight. Hey Maria, this one is really kind of fun. I've been playing around with some of my new product. Well, new. Hi Jean. New products that I haven't gotten to play around with much, and I've just been having such a great time. Tomorrow night we're going to be stamping at Tall Oak Stamp Camp, so getting ready, those kits ready for that. And yeah, so I've just been having a great time. I'll show you one of the Tall Oaks. Your groupies, thank goodness. I'll show you one of the Tall Oaks cards for tomorrow night. Hi Adele. Here's one of our Tall Oaks cards for tomorrow night. This is using the Cup of Cheer set and that Night Before Christmas paper. This is part of the class I'm doing Wednesday. I'm doing it twice, but this is the one that's on my newsletter this month. And it's this Cup of Cheer class right here. And this one uses, like I said, the Night Before Christmas Designer Series paper. With this class, I've told you guys about it, I think last time. You can still get it if you'd like, especially if you want a class to go. But all of these, the information is on my. Oh, can you hear me? All the information is on my events page at suitablystamp.stampinup.net. So you'll see that again at the end. But Cup of Cheer, if you're still interested, just let me know. I'm going to be taking RSVPs until tomorrow. So check that out. But this is one we're going to do at Tall Oaks tomorrow night, just with the plain mug, which I really love. Hi, Nancy. And little tag. Look at that. So cute. This paper is stinking cute. And on the inside it says, wishing you a Christmas filled with love and happiness. So really fun. But tonight we're going to use Cup of Cheer to do something a little bit different. And this was one of the things that I came to mind when I first opened this catalog and saw this beautiful hammered metal embossing folder. This is what it looks like. It's kind of has a cobblestone look to it, I think. But this is one, actually, I keep this little label on here. It says use blue plate with this folder. This is one that's a new design. It's still a three-dimensional folder that we're using. It's going to be compatible also with our new die cutting machine that's coming early next year. But for now, we're using it with this new blue plate. And this is just the perfect width to go with this embossing folder through the Big Shot, and you only need this plate and your Big Shot platform. That's all you need, just one plate, because again, it's a 3D folder, but you need to use this blue plate, or if you have an old plate, you're going to use that. You're going to have to play around with it and make a shim out of a piece of cardstock or something on there to make it a little bit thicker, make your plate a little thicker to get a good impression. So we're going to be using that tonight. We're going to be using some of the foil, one of my favorites. You guys know I use it a lot, copper foil. We're going to use that tonight. And we are going to be using, like I said, this Night Before Christmas paper, which is so beautiful. It's up here in the holiday catalog. Whoop. Is that better? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, guys, because I can't tell. Oh, you know what? You know why that is? Because my camera bracket was sitting on that, I bet. Okay, can you hear me now? Better? Woohoo! I see thumbs up. Yay! Okay, hopefully that works a lot better. Okay, So the Night Before Christmas paper, this is the one that comes in the bundle with the kit that is the Cup of Cheer clasp, but I'm using the little mug piece for the one for tomorrow night, and tonight's card is going to be using this beautiful print over here, this little one over here, and I'm going to be using that embossing folder on the foil. How cool is that? So I was in the store a few weeks ago and I saw some mugs. I think I was at home actually, and the mugs that are made for Moscow Mules, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would be so cool to do with the hammered metal embossing folder. And I know, Maria, I'm going to get you yet. I used the copper foil and the hammered metal embossing folder, and I debossed it so you can see how it goes down instead of popping up. So I just flipped it over in the embossing folder. I'm going to show you how I did that, and cut it out with the Cup of Cheer dies. So we have that, some of the other little embellishments from the cup of the are they called Cup of Cheer? Yeah, they are Cup of Cheer dies, and then a little sentiment on the inside, wishing you a Christmas filled with love and happiness, and some more of that paper there. So we're going to be making this one tonight. Okie doke. So I hope you will follow along, and don't forget, you're always free to share if you are so inclined. That would be great. All right. Oh, I know, Maria. It's absolutely cool. Absolutely the coolest. Okay, so let me show you what you're going to need before we get started on embossing and all that good stuff. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock. Now this one measures 5.5 by 7.5. So it's a half a sheet of paper, but I cut off 1 inch, and I embossed it like we normally would at 4 1/4. Okay, so this would normally be 8.5 by 5.5, and I just cut that inch off and scored it. I still scored it at 4 1/4, just like we normally would. Hi, Millie. I'm hoping I can still see. There we go. Hi from Atlanta. What are you doing in Atlanta? Oh my goodness. All right, so 4 1/4. So this is going to be the front of our card, this shorter section over here. So let's go ahead and use a bone folder and just burnish that edge. Then you will need a piece of the designer series paper. This is the one I chose, and this one measures 3 by 5 1/4. That's going to go here on our front. Then you're going to need a piece of coordinating cardstock. Now I used the Mary Merlot, and this one measures 2.5 by 4 1/4. And all these measurements, they're going to be here in the comments after. They will also be with this video over on my Suitably Stamped YouTube channel. Now, if you go over there, you'll see other videos too of projects that I've done, so you can kind of peruse when you're over there. So 2.5 by 4 1/4. The layer on top of that is going to be 2 1/4 by 4. And this is very vanilla because this coordinates with the designer series paper. Then you will need a piece for the inside. Now that's our standard inside piece. That's 4 by 5 1/4. And then 2 little bitty strips. These are 1/2 inch. This one is 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the edge of our inside piece. And then this one is 1/2 inch by 2 1/4. And that's going to just go across the bottom of our front panel like so. Okie doke, you with me? All right, let's get going. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble this part first, and then we'll get to the embossing and the die cutting, okay? So let's just bring in some adhesive. I'm going to use some SNAIL tonight. And put this panel here on the front. I love it because the Poppy Parade looks so pretty with it. It really brings out that shade there in the designer paper, and that is so cool. All right, so there we have that. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere my little strip to the edge of my inside panel. So I'll just put some SNAIL down the edge, and we'll just line that up like so. Oops, like so. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, oops, I missed that one, didn't I? Missed the edge. Can't always see it on white. Let's peel it back up a little and scooch, scooch, scooch. There we go. That's better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this inside because we're not actually stamping on this panel. Normally I wouldn't put it in there until it was stamped because knowing me, I would splotch it. Whoop. Here we go. That strip is still crooked. I'm gonna have to take it off and put it back on. All right, we'll do that in a bit. Okay, so now we have that. So let's go ahead and do the front panel. So this is Mary Merlot, like I said, and very vanilla. And I'm gonna bring in a couple of the stamps from my Cup of Christmas stamp set. We're gonna be using this tonight. Hey, Chris McQuaid, good to see you. I miss your face. We're gonna use some Mary Merlot ink, and we're gonna use that little stamp that says Sweet Christmas Wishes. I'm going to just ink that up and try to not stamp it crooked. It's going to be up here towards the top. And let me see if I can see around. Give it a good push. Yay! Oh, it always feels so nice. Oh, while we have that out, you know what? Let's go ahead and do our inside strip. Now, for this one, I went ahead and cut, let's see if it's over here, a piece of Poppy Parade, just a little strip. It's a 1/2 inch strip. And I have my inside greeting. And this one is on the block, and sometimes I'll go in with a really thin Sharpie and just draw a straight line in there so I have something to line it up with. Sometimes I just do it on my grid paper, but this one I was having a little trouble with because I was kind of bending it a little because, you know, they're really easy to curve and put into different positions, and I didn't want to do that tonight, so I was trying to really make it straight. So I did a little line, and the Sharpies, whatever you put on them with a Sharpie, comes right off with any hand sanitizer. I use them all the time. Sometimes I'll put the colors on the block so that people know which color ink is going to be with that stamp. So there's our inside piece. There we go. Hi, Deneen. Here we go, right here. Just going to cut that little tab, cut that little tab, and we'll put a little snail here on the back. And I'm just going to put this little guy right in here, like so. Okay, little pop of color. All right, so we have that. We have our piece of stamped vanilla here on the front. Now I'm going to adhere my little teeny piece of my 1/2 inch by 2 1/4 inch strip of the Designer Series paper here with the stars on it. That's going to go at the bottom of the vanilla. See if I do better on this one than I did on the last one. Ha ha! There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this one to my Mary Merlot panel. Like so. Love the contrast in these colors. I think it's so pretty. There we go. And I'm going to set that one aside. Now, I'm going to show you my mugs that I made with the embossing folder and the dies from the Cup of Cheer. So these are just 3 other ones that I made. And like I said, I did it so it's debossed. So normally if I put paper into my folder, it would be face up. So this would be the side that would be popping up because these are the bumps down here. This is the little kind of the bowl area where these fit into when it goes through the emboss or goes through the Big Shot. So what I did for this one was I flipped it over because I wanted that bowl to be on this instead. Okay, so let's pull in the Big Shot. And I'm going to move my magnetic plate and bring in my regular Big Shot platform. Here we go. So this is just the regular platform. And like I said, this one is one of the newer ones, so we're going to use the blue plate with it. Blue plate special. and I have my copper in there upside down. So we're going to just put this in. You always want to put your embossing folders into your die cutting machine with the fold going in first, because that's going to push the pressure back as you go through. When you do it this way, it's going to start tearing up this edge on your embossing folder, and you don't want that. So whatever you use, make sure you put that fold in first when it's going through your die cutting machine. So for the 3D folder, I just need the one plate. I'm going to take the blue one and roll it through. There we go. Let's pop that out for a little bit of magic. Oh, how pretty is that? Isn't that cool? I love it. All right, so that's what it looks like when you emboss or deboss this foil. Now I went ahead and I've already cut my mugs out here. The cool thing about this particular set of dies and this stamp set is that it's our first reversible stamp set. Let me scoot you over while we do this. Whoop, sorry guys. It's got our first set of reversible stamps. So the mugs you can stamp either way with the handles on the left or the right. So when you open this up, I love this also because the images are already printed in here, so you know where to put them away when you put them back. So these guys you can stamp on either side, so you get it going one way or you can get it going the other way. And then you have the outline also, and then some other fun images. But the neat part about it too is that when you get the die, the set of dies, you have both mugs that you can decorate with other parts and pieces. So these go either way also. So we used this one, or I used this one for my mug and just ran it through. Now normally I would cut my mug out first and then run it through the embossing folder. It just gives you a little, it doesn't take away any of the texture in there, which you don't want to happen because you want to get all that beautiful texture in there. All right, let me stick the dies over here. Now we're going to use our magnetic plate, and we're going to use two, like we normally do, our two regular plates. And for this one, you can see I used the candy cane and the candy cane background, and then I also used these beautiful greens back here, which just that green just kind of made the colors pop, which I really loved. So let's go ahead and pull that in. Back here. I don't know about you, but I've been drinking hot tea and hot chocolate today because all of a sudden it's been bitter in Virginia. I don't know where fall went, but it skipped town. It is absolutely, holy moly. Poor leaves are like, hey, we didn't even get a chance this year. So, all right, so I'm going to do the stripes of my candy cane. I'm going to do on Poppy Parade, so I'll just lay that little guy there. And then I need a little scrap of vanilla. And I'll do this background candy cane, which is the solid part. And then I need my little green, my greens, and I need a little scrap of, let's see, let's grab one out of here. Oop, nope, not that one. Let's do this one. We'll do this one. Just a little piece right here. So I'll put these all down on my magnetic platform with one plate, and then the second plate is going to go over top like so. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I'm glad you like it. I was pretty proud. I'm just going to go back, whoop, back for kicks. Pull that out. So there's my background candy cane. Here's my stripes. And here's one of my little greenery pieces right here. And I'm going to run that through one more time because I used two of them because I needed it to be just a tad fuller. So let's put that in there. Like so. I have so many scraps. It's nice to have bits and pieces to cut using them because it's nice to use them up. I usually use them for punch art, but I have so many. It would take me several years to use all my scraps in punch art. All right, so there we have it. We have our candy cane background. Put the dies over here because knowing me, they would be lost forever. All right, let me bring in my, where'd it go here? I have my die cut brush and my, I used an old paper pumpkin box and just turned it inside out. See? And here's my my foam pieces that come with the die cut brush, and just roll it over there, get those little pieces out. There's the solid. Then I'll bring my green pieces in here. Where'd the other one go? It flew away. Come here. Do those. Oops. Sorry. There we go. Like that. Perfect. And that just keeps all my little bits and pieces in there, and I can dump it when it gets full. Or not full, but I don't usually wait that long. All right, now I'm going to bring my mug back in, and I'm going to bring my candy cane and the background, and I'm going to take a little bit of, where's my glue? You know what? I think I'll use the snail. I did this earlier. Just put a little bit of snail on there. If you go through and just pull, it'll take it right out of those little hole areas on that candy cane. Then I will just match it up like so. There we go. Stuck. And then my greens. So I'm going to take my my mug, and I'm going to put some snail on the back, and I'm going to just start arranging my pieces that go back there. All right, so I'm going to put my candy cane in first, and I'm going to measure it against where my sentiment is there, because it could be like last time. I think I did it really high, like that. Yeah, let's tilt it this way. Now, what I did last time was I cut part of it off so I could use it on another project. So once I get it situated and I know that I'm not going to need part of it, I'll just trim that off, and then I have a little peppermint stick for later. Whoop! Who wants to stay here? All right, so there's my candy cane. So put a little snail on top of that. And we will start arranging our greens behind there. Oop. You need to go. There you go. All right, so we'll put that there, like so. And then bring another one in, and I'm actually going to pull these two guys apart so I can put one right back here in the middle. So it's peeking over. And then I'm going to bring this one so it's coming just over the edge. Oop, I missed it. There we go, like that. All right, how festive is that? Isn't that cute? All right, so let's flip this guy over. We'll bring in some dimensionals. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where are you? I think I will use you. Oh, that one's not open. Let's use this one. I'm going to use some minis on here because I want to get over, oops, over here on top of there. Pull off a few little papers. That one wants to stay. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put these in there. Now, some people don't use mini dimensionals a lot, but I absolutely, they're on my desk all the time, because I find that without having a lot of bulk in there, I just tend to like the way it sits when I get it on there. So if you haven't tried them, you really should, to see how you like them. We have them in white, and we also have them in black for your darker cardstocks, although I use my black ones for white cardstock too, so just depends. All right, so we're gonna center our little Moscow Mule mug right there, like so. All right, for this one, for the front, I will bring this in. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to have just a little strip of that vanilla showing right here. So I turned it over and I took some tear and tape because I wanted it to be pretty strong. And I'm going to put it over here on the edge. And I'm just going to take another little strip. If I can find the end again. Where'd you go? There you go. And I will put one right here, a little to the side there of the center. And then I will bring in my paper piercer, peel those off. And I just like to have a little stronger adhesive on this one, because this is going to be the panel that people are flipping a card in and open and close with. So it'll just make it a little more sturdy, okay? So we'll take that one and scooch it over. Top and bottom look pretty good. There we go. Over, over. Good, right there. All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there is our little Moscow Mule. Isn't that stinking cute? Oh my gosh, I love these mugs. Love them. And there's so many things you can do with them. So if you haven't tried them yet, Maria Payne, you know you want to. Check them out. It's from the Cup of Cheer suite. Like I said, this is part of the class I'm doing this week, and deadline's tomorrow evening. So make sure, if you have not RSVP'd yet, check it out here and go over to my online store to events, and you'll be able to RSVP over there. Again, here's the stamp set. Okay, these are really a great value. I'm telling you, you'll have so many things you can do with them. It's not just for Christmas. You can use them for all sorts of occasions. And then this beautiful designer series paper that I have loved and used so much of, as you can see. I'll show you my favorite. I don't know if I have before. Well, I do love the one with the mugs on it. I love the ones with the Santa sleigh, but my favorite is the tree lot. Where is it? It was here earlier and I didn't use it. Oh, there you are. It's hiding out. See the tree lot with the lights? Oh, it just reminds me of being a kid and going over there. And then the stars are on the back. So that we did use that piece, but we didn't use the tree lot. But isn't that just stinking cute? So you get a half a pack of this paper. You get a whole roll of the cherry cobbler striped ribbon, and you get with the package, you also get the stamp set and the dies, and you'll get the tutorials for all of the projects, which is 5 projects, 3 cards and 2 3Ds. So if you haven't signed up for it, not too late. Be sure to by tomorrow. Now, if there's any supplies you need, you guys know, you can go over to my online store. If you use this host code, you're going to get the projects from the other night. The cup with the gift card holder. Let me just tell you, those sold out like hotcakes at that craft fair. I was kicking myself. I should have made a lot more, but you know, there's only so many hours in the day. So, but those, you'll get the parts and pieces to make that. You'll also get parts and pieces to make the EO snowman with the lip balm as his nose. If you place your order from last week through this Thursday with this host code, you'll be getting those kits in the mail. They're not stamped. I'm not allowed to stamp and mail things out, but if you place your order, you'll get the parts and pieces to put them together. You can use what you have, or you can make those stamp sets a part of your order. Go back and check those, check that video out if you haven't yet. Now I'm going to pop this this live video over on my YouTube channel, like I said, so be sure to go check it out. There's a lot more over there, and I will have all of the measurements and info over there for you. Here's a little cheat sheet for you. If you need to take a screenshot, you can. And if you're anxious to get there before I get it over there. So please check that out. Sorry, I was distracted by trying to read the comments. I shouldn't do that. All right. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, tell all your friends. And I really, really appreciate you being here. I love having you guys here, and I love sharing what I love to do with you. So I hope you'll join me again on Thursday evening. I will be here. All right. Have a wonderful week ahead. I love you guys, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.